Hey guys, it's Shane. You need to watch Zach Nichols' podcast with Mr. Pierre over here because I give you the shit you've never heard before.
Welcome back to the Zach Nichols podcast. I'm here with the big fettuccine.
That's right.
But more importantly, the star of All Stars 5, Shane Landrum.
One of the stars. One of the stars.
But what I will say was, and you know this, I was really excited when I saw that you were on this cast.
Thank you.
Because you're just pure entertainment.
Thank you.
And it's even better when you're in the house watching all of it and then not just getting the 2%. But because I actually reached out to you and told you I was really excited. And then it started and I'm like, dang, Shane's being a wallflower.
Yeah.
But you made up for it.
Thank you.
But anyways, hey, Pierre, go ahead. We got to introduce.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're going to start these shots were given to us by our good friend Greg. Shout out to Greg. I know he's going to be super excited. He always wants everybody to drink this because it's his favorite thing from Chicago. So if you guys want to do it, I'm not, but have fun.
What's it called?
Malort. Malort liquor.
I've heard of this.
Malort liquor in Chicago, bottled and produced. So shout out to Greg.
Kind of smells.
It's getting drunk, my brother.
Kind of like tequilas. Tequilas O'Neill's.
You want it? Oh, Michael wants a shot.
It reminds me of honey whiskey.
That's what I'm saying. Or like
cinnamon, honey.
rubbing alcohol is probably going to burn right through me. Here we go.
All
To
right.
Shane.
Yeah, to Shane.
To the podcast.
Thank you, man. Thank you for being here all the way from DC. Everybody's taking them down. How's it going down? You got a cough?
Oh, that is... Wow. Delicious. Is this a paid sponsorship?
No.
Oh, this is hell on earth.
Dude, it burns and then the aftertaste is like,
Was yours sealed?
Yes.
Was it? Okay, good. I didn't check.
got water.
yeah, they both were. No, like that.
Sorry, Greg.
The aftertaste burns and it's kind of like I drank.
Turpentine.
Yes.
Have you ever had that?
I've never drank it.
No,
I've
as a
smelled
kid,
it.
I used to huff it. Right?
It's a bad day to start huffing glue.
Oh, man. Well, that's a great place to start. I do want to talk about your upbringing and how you got on the challenge. But first,
All right.
you all right?
No, I'm good.
All right. Well, first, we got
That's
some
really
flowers that we need to give out. I got to talk about these accolades. Okay. We got Shane Landrum in the building.
OG of OGs.
Am I saying that correctly?
Road
Close
ruler.
enough.
A
Okay.
road
No,
ruler.
so I want the right way.
Because there was the little social media back. Well, there was a lot of social media attacks from Frank, so I had a few responses, and in the course of one of my responses, I've been on every single era of the challenge. Yeah.
You've competed in every era?
Yep. Yeah.
Zero. So what your first season was.
Johnny can even say that. I was era 1, era 2, era 3.
So you
and
did a
era
single.
4.
You did a single digit challenge, like 0 through 9.
Yeah, Battle of the Sexes was era 1. That was my first challenge. And then era 2 was Fresh Meat 1. And then era 3 was the Invasion of the Champions. And then era 4 was Final Reckoning.
Ladies and gentlemen, the only people who have been on TV longer than Shane Landrum are the fucking Simpsons. Suck our asses, Kardashians.
A road ruleser.
Yeah.
Holding it
one
down.
of the OG original shows.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Road Rules was like growing up, like
I
watching.
still want my accolades.
Yeah,
but-
no, they're
but
coming.
Road Rules was like, I felt being on Road Rules was so much more superior than being on the real world because like you weren't just like laying in the house being
Exactly.
like, you know, but anyways, back to the accolades.
No,
Road Rulers
hey,
did work.
Thank you.
Big work. And I want to pronounce it right because, we got you here. So what's the right way to pronounce it?
Landrum.
Landrum.
Is that not what I said?
No, that was mine.
You had that accent on the first part. Not the last
Okay,
part,
so
yeah.
Shane Landrum in the building. We got 9 challenge seasons and 2 an All Stars or Champs vs Stars and then All Stars Rival 9. And in those 9, 39 daily wins. You're winning like 4 or 5 per season. Like this
On some.
on average.
Not on All Stars 5.
Not on All Stars 5. With some money won, you got 18,500 with the original show Road Rules Campus Crawl. So talk about growing up and how the hell did you get on TV?
Yeah. So first, the headphones are. I'm not yelling, am I?
No, you're not.
Okay, good,
You're perfect.
I just yelled. That's probably why.
Yeah, just
Everyone's
making
eardrums
sure.
probably burst because I
No.
said, suck my ass, Kardashian.
Zach, it's been too long. It's nice to hear your voice.
It is.
Truly.
It is.
Pleasure.
It is nice to be with you, Shane, because, like I said, I think you're one of the most entertaining
Thank you.
people on TV.
Back at you, obviously. I can't wait to get into some Final Reckoning stuff. So I was like Zach. I loved Road Rules. I didn't want to be on Real World, and this is so long ago, but I was the first gay male to be on that show.
Round of applause.
That's back when they thought gay men were weak, do that sort of stuff. So it showed up in casting. They say out gay man because there's been some questionable people before me.
We're doing that.
Anyways,
ladies and gentlemen.
I've always thought if OG fans are here, if you remember Noah, who used to play the guitar in the RV, that's who I always thought maybe is one of the community. But Noah, if you're watching, so sorry if you're not. So I was 20. I sent in my videotape like the traditional way they used to do back in the day.
VHS, right? Not
Correct.
DVD.
Oh yeah, VHS. And I made mine stand out. If you've ever like taken a brown paper bag and burned the edges to make a wanted sign for Halloween or something like a cowboy party. I know straights don't do themes like gays do, but I did that on the outside and I had a picture on it and I was like wanted for Road Rules. I think that helped me stand out. And
that's smart.
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't do enough because I went through way more interviews than the other cast members. They had like 5, I had 9. And
Just to make sure.
yeah, and then they flew me out to LA and I was such a wild child. Even on the final interview, I was convinced I wasn't going to be on the show. And they did the whole, if you watched it back in the day, you can't go out with someone from Bunim and Murray. But an editor came and slipped me his number while I was at that final interview. So I texted, or no, I don't even know if cell phones exist. No,
They
cell
did
phones
exist.
did, but I paid for that text, I guess.
Yeah.
T9, yeah.
10 cents.
Yeah, right. Well, I was out of my range because I was in LA, so it was probably more.
Like a quarter.
You were roaming.
Yeah. So the guy was like, I can't take you, but this guy, Ben Salee, who was a former Bunim and Murray employee who did like making the band, and he ended up being the tour manager for Britney. So I got to go see, we have been friends for a long time since then, but he took me out to LA. I mean, we were out until 6, 7 in the morning. And as we were pulling into the hotel for me to get ready to get on my flight to go home, the Bunim and Murray employee waiting for me recognized Ben. And so at the airport, they called me. They told me, you broke the rule. You're not on the show. Yeah. And I was like, whatever, fuck off. I don't really care. I really didn't think I had it.
I got mine. You know?
Yeah, at that point, I was like, I'm a nerd. I never thought I was anything special. And flew home, and a week later, they're like, can you leave in a week? And I was on the show.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
Wow. So it was that undeniable. You break rules, and then they're like, wait, that's actually what we want. Is someone who's going to break the rules.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So one question I love asking anyone that's an MTV kid is, when you're on that level, MTV was the biggest thing in teen and older young adult culture. You're 1 in a million. How did it feel to be 1 in a million coming from where you came from?
I always felt like I didn't belong. I really felt that way. It took me. So we filmed Road Rules. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a big prank, and
Ashton Kutcher was
wasn't
going to
real.
come out.
Yeah, this is before Ashton. So there was.
Oh, it was before that show.
Right when Joe Millionaire. Do you remember Joe? Do you know Joe Millionaire was this reality show, phenomenal show where they convinced all these women that this guy Joe was a millionaire, but he was really a construction worker. And they vied for his $1 million. And at the end of the show, he actually like banged this girl in the woods. It was one of the best reality shows. You got to go back and find it.
So he got to get ass off of being rich when he wasn't.
Yeah. And it like, and at the end of it, it was like
sign me up for that.
A prank for them.
Back in the day, of course.
You don't even have to. You're fine.
No, I'm just joking.
Can we do one where they
slave
think I'm
period.
skinny and then they find out that
I'm just saying,
morbidly obese?
Like back in the day, like
you got to play to your strengths. Listen, there's people. The older I got, the more unattractive I thought I was. But then I started pulling the guys that I craved in college, and that's when I realized like there's fucking weird people out there. Sure. And like as soon as I accepted it, I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like yeah, that's like,
well,
don't be something you're not. Play into what you got.
Well, can we talk about the fact that you're literally an Era 1 kid, but you look like 27? Like honestly, like
you haven't aged.
I really appreciate
it. For real.
Day, like
Kiara, if I knew you, maybe you haven't aged either. Who knows? I genuinely appreciate it. I felt like on All Stars 5, either I did know that I probably like had tweaked some people who had a little control over the lighting, because I was not looking cute in those interviews.
Don't say that.
Well, it also probably was 100,000 degrees.
Oh,
in there.
so hot.
Yeah.
So hot. It smelled like mold in the, like, because we were filming the interviews in the same place they filmed 40, which was a fake wedding venue.
Yeah.
Store. And so it wasn't even a kind of a real house. And they, all of the stories about that building were already out by other cast members. So I don't know if they had any sort of, air conditioning or any of that stuff. So yeah, it was kind of.
Well, even if they have, they always turn it off because they're like, oh, we don't want the background noise. But note to BMP, AC's on right now and you can't fucking hear it.
It's called white noise reducer.
Yeah.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, voice isolation. Figure it out. So you're how old, and then how do you deal with fame?
Man.
That concludes the free preview of the Zach Nichols podcast.
So go to Patreon and subscribe to see the rest of the shit that we talk.
Go do it now.